Cool, cool, cool.
Let's run it.
Brand. Oh yeah, hey, I want to plan something in Houston with you. I just planned Odessa, going out to Odessa here in like 2 weeks. Branding, social media training, leadership training, trading, home events, the whole thing, just packed into 3 days. I would like to go over like to Austin as well and to Houston if you want to do like a little tour with me.
Yeah, I'm down, bro. Let's set up a date after this. We'll set up a date. I'm down, and I'll meet you out in Austin as well.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely a little squad starting in Austin, so I'd like to go there. And then also Brownsville as well. I'd like to go around there. Maybe we just do like a Texas tour, meet a lot of people.
I'm,
Yeah, cool.
I'm about it. I'm about it.
Cool, cool.
We live?
Yeah, we're live. Got some people coming on right now.
Cool. What's up, everybody? Y'all get ready. Pull out your pen and paper. Get ready to take some notes.
Yeah, guys. It's 9:01 right now. A lot of people are going to start pouring in over the next couple of minutes. So take this time to go grab a notepad, go grab your favorite pencil or pen, come sit down, and get ready to take constructive, notes, and be ready to just listen in, just plug in, and we're going to teach you, everything that we've learned, a lot of the basics, but some good stuff as well that's going to fast track you in this business. It's going to fast track you on this entrepreneurship life, and it's going to fast track you with Global Visionaries and IML. So go grab a notepad, go grab a pen, and we're going to be doing training for the next, a good 25, 30 minutes, showing y'all, breaking down everything. So go grab some headphones, plug in. We'll get started here in a couple of minutes.
Let's get it. And if you guys get, I would definitely get all of your teams on. Anybody that's brand new to this business is really, really going to benefit from this. Even if you've been, in network marketing before, in previous companies, there's a lot of really simple things that people overlook. And that's the kind of stuff we're going to be going over with you guys tonight. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to get a little deep, right? But we're going to keep it very simple because I'm telling you guys, a key to this game, a key to life overall is you have to master the basics. And a lot of people overlook that, but I'm going to get way deeper into that. But be sure to get your pen, your pencil, get your teams on the call. Man, it's about to get lit. So you guys get ready. Let's start it at 9:05. Cool with you?
Yeah, we'll start at 9:05. I just got a couple. I'm taking down some notes real quick.
And for anybody that's on here right now already, if you guys want us to go over anything specifically, something, if there's an area where, you feel like you're not experiencing a lot of growth, if you feel like you're stuck in one spot, comment on the post I just made in the page. Just go in there and comment, I could use help with this. I could use help with that. Closed mouths don't get fed. You need these types of things answered. So, let us help you. We've been through it all. We don't want you to go and make mistakes. We want you to learn from our mistakes and the mistakes that we've made already, right? Smart people learn from, their mistakes. Geniuses learn from other people's mistakes. So we want you guys to learn from us so you guys don't go out there and try to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
But, yeah, man, it's 9:04. You want to go ahead and get started?
Yeah.
Kick it off?
Let's kick it off for sure. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. I hope you took that special time to grab your notepad and pen. If you haven't, please go grab it. Get it right now. Pull out some notes because tonight, for some of you guys, is your first leadership training call. It's your first, networking, I guess, any kind of training. This is probably going to be very, very new for a lot of you guys. This is new skill sets you're going to have to acquire. This is new. This is going to sound like a foreign language tonight, but our goal, me and Ian, is to break everything down for you. That way you guys feel extra confident when you're sharing this business, extra confident when you're trading, and extra confident about where you're going to be in the next 3 to 6 months, what kind of bank account you're going to have, what kind of lifestyle you're going to have. Just follow a lot of the steps. Make sure you jot everything down. Take this business very, very seriously, because tonight we've got Ian Weaver on the call with us. And Ian is somebody that I've always respected because of the work ethic. You know, a lot of times that quote they always say is, hard work beats talent when talent does work hard, right? And I'm not saying that Ian isn't talented, but I'm saying he's kind of a mixture of both. Absolutely insane work ethic, very, very talented individual. And he will go the distance for you guys. He will go the distance, and he'll make sure that y'all guys are fed. So, Ian, I know you've got a bunch of topics you want to cover tonight. I've got some topics as well. We can just bounce it off. You know, if you feel as if you want me to give some input, I will. But I'm gonna let you kind of run the show tonight, man. So let's get it started.
100%, David. Appreciate that, bro. I'm super excited to be partnered up again, man. This is about to get pretty rowdy, man. I'm pretty excited. But yeah, man, just to start it off, appreciate everybody for being on this call tonight. Just realize that if you're here right now, if you're on this call, you're one step ahead of everybody else. Like, you've already started your own business. You've already pulled the trigger. You're already in the car. You got the keys started. We're going to show you how to step on the gas and floor it and go from 0 to 100 because most people never take that first step, right? Most people never take that first step. So if you're here tonight, man, give yourself a pat on the back. You're here. You're ready to go. And we're really going to show you how to dominate this business. But first things first, and this is very, very simple. I want you guys to understand everybody overlooks this, and everybody has this kind of know-it-all mentality. But you guys have to realize you're coming into something completely new. You're coming into something completely new, and what you really need to master right now, you need to master. There's two things I'm going to talk about that are very, very important. The first thing is you have to master the basics. You have to master your basics, right? And it literally has to be second nature to your mind. Like, if somebody asks you, what's your name? Oh, my name's Ian. You know your name. If somebody asks you, what's your address? Oh, it's blah, 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 blah. You know it. It's programmed into your head. You have to master these basics to where it's right there. It's right there every single time. And second, I'm going to talk about is your teachability index. You have to realize coming into this business, you have to be coachable and you have to listen. Right? God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. We got to listen way more than we talk, especially in this business. Some people are going to have that type of attitude. Look, I know this, I know that, I know that. You cannot have that type of attitude. I'm telling you right now, because the minute you think you know everything is the minute that you literally start decaying, right? When you stop growing is when you really need to worry, right? You need this business right here is a continuous growth cycle. You have to keep growing and never get comfortable and be better than you were, yesterday. So really quick, just to touch up on master the basics. Guys, there's a simple system to this business. It's not made by us. It's made by people who've created millions and billions of dollars in this industry before. And you just have to stick to the system. I know coming into this business, you're new, you're hyped up, you're super excited, on this entire opportunity. But I'm telling you, this is where most people fail. This is where most people make that one mistake that echoes in eternity because they never stick to this right here. Really quick, I'm going to touch up on like the blueprint, the basics, right? Well, if you're going to build a skyscraper, you need a blueprint. You need a strong foundation. And this is how you're going to build that strong concrete foundation. So first things first, you have to figure out exactly what you want. Okay, what you want out of this business, what you want out of life. Do you want to become the best trader in the world? Want to, come into this and make a couple extra thousand a month residually? Do you want to come in and make $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month? You have to know exactly what you want, and you have to be super specific, extremely, extremely detailed, because the more detailed you are, the more it'll become a reality. Manifesting it. You're thinking about it every single day. It's so detailed. You see it happening in front of you already, right? It's really, really simple. So you have to know exactly what you want. And keep in mind, I'm saying what you want. Not what your upline wants from you, not what your best friends, what your dad, what your mom, what your girlfriend, what anybody else wants. You have to figure out what you want out of this business. That is by far one of the most important factors in your road to success is figuring out exactly, be specific, exactly what you want. And second, $1,000 a month. Why do you want $100,000 a month? Specifically, why do you really want, $100,000 a month, $10,000 a month? Why do you want to put your mom in that house? Because she's been working her whole life. Then you got to implement that in your brain. You have to be thinking about that 24/7. That's why I work so hard. David mentioned I have a disgusting work ethic, right? I'm always making moves. I'm always working. And it's because I have these things, like literally it's running 24/7 in my brain. It's like a never ending commercial. I'm constantly thinking about these things, and that's why I'm constantly working, right? So you have to know what you want. You have to figure out why you want it. If you really want to succeed, in this business and you want to build a freaking empire, you have to create a list. I'm not going to get too into detail. I'm just going to really run through this really quick. You need to create a detailed list. It's really, really simple. I think this is one thing a lot of people over, I don't need a list. I got this. No, you need a list. You need to physically write down the people that you want to partner up in the business, the people that you want to change your life. You have to write it down on paper. It's so crazy. Something in the brain happens when you write down this name and then you hit them up and you're just starting to manifest, you guys doing a business together. You're crushing it. You're putting those thoughts out there into the universe and you're actually creating it. You're actually making it happen, right? Pretty much the basics are what you really have to master. I'm going to talk about one more thing that's in the basics. And I'm telling you, these 3 steps you have to master. My list grows every single day. I just met Bob at the grocery store. He's going on the list. I just met, Jerry at the gym. He's going on the list. Every single person I come in contact with is going on my list. Never prejudge anybody in this business. Dude, 3 years ago, I was a normal average kid. I loved to party. You could find me at every party on the weekends. I did not know where I was going in my life. And until I figured out what I wanted, not what my parents wanted for me, not what anybody else, what I wanted. And what if somebody, picture it this way, what if somebody did not put me on their list? What if nobody ever hit me up about this business? What would I be? I don't know what I'd be doing. Right? So it's a blessing. You have to look at it in a sense that you're about to bless somebody, right? You're about to literally change their entire life. And really quick, you have to be very, very, very confident. You have to believe so much in what you're doing, because if you don't believe in what you're doing, how are you going to get other people to believe in it? I'm going to be honest with you guys. You do not have to make a ton of money in this business to be successful in it. The key to the game in the beginning is leverage. Key to the game is leverage. You leverage somebody else's success, right? So there's a simple system, right? It's called PS3. David is literally the master of breaking down the system. So David, if you want to break down this system and kind of talk about taprooting, that'd be perfect, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good. Awesome. So yeah, great nuggets dropped, right? So making your list, he's talking about, whenever you first have this list, right? A lot of you guys are reaching out to new people. Maybe it's your friends, maybe it's your family, it's people that you want to do business with, and you're just in the beginning. You're going to start to feel as if, I need to be making 10 grand a month before I show my friend. I need to be making 100 grand a month before I show my friend. I need to be making 1,000. You don't need to make money to show people the business. And that's kind of that's a psychological thing. You have to get over that mindset, right? That you don't need, that's not really the case. What is the case though is called leverage, right? And Ian talks about leverage. And what does he mean when he talks about leverage? Well, he basically says this. He says, for example, if I were to do a call, if Ian was, basically Ian is my upline, Ian was my sponsor, I would call Ian. I say, hey, I've got my friend Tom, and I would leverage Ian's name to Tom. Just at the beginning of this call, I edified Ian. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to leverage other people. If I had a friend that went to college and is now trading Forex with me, and then I've got another friend that comes up to me and tries to join the business, says, I'm thinking about joining the business. I don't know. I don't have time. I go to college. At that point, you would say, well, guess what? I've got my friend Ian that goes to college and he does the business. Let me introduce you to him, and he can show you exactly how he's able to make an extra $3,000 a month with this business while going to school. Would that be something that interests you? So leveraging your upline, leveraging your sponsor. You don't have to work hard now at all. All you have to do is taproot. Now, this was one of the first things that I was ever taught in the industry in the beginning. I was selling $800 packages, and I had to push these out in people's hands, right? So you have to put a lot of value on what you were selling at the time. So the skill set that I had to acquire was taprooting. If you've ever been on Instagram, you're scrolling down someone's profile, you see someone's profile, and then you're like, oh, cool, they took a picture with so-and-so. I don't know who that is. I want to look at their profile. You would go into their profile and find another profile. That is taprooting. You're going to do that exact same method in life. Every time you bring on a new individual into the business, you want to know that person's friends before they can even talk to their friends. If I brought Ian into the business, in the first 48 hours, I want to know who Ian is hanging out with, and I want to know why they aren't in the business already. And if you work that fast and you taproot that efficiently, you'll be able to build a very, very large organization. Ian, if you want to take over with that.
Sure, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so, I mean, what David talks about is key. I know a lot of you guys are writing these lists, and you want to know how to approach them, how to approach these people. And I want to make sure you guys are writing this down. There's 3 types of people, right? And once you have your list down, you need to go down this list and write a 1 or 2 or a 3 next to what type of individual this person is. First, there's types of people that, you know, are below the influence of you. The type of person that you can call up and be like, yo, bro, you know, come over. Be like, yeah, man, I'll be over in 5 minutes, right? We all have those types of friends. Then second, there's a type that are on the same level of influence of you. Now, you have to keep in mind your goal here is to lead people from exposure to exposure to exposure. Your goal is not to sign people up and make money. I guarantee you, you will never create a successful business if you're just trying to sign people up and make some money. I'm telling you that right now. What you have to do is you have to lead people from exposure, and help them make an educated decision. If they don't want to do this business, do not be pushy. Do not push it on them. Like, please, bro, I need you to join. No, that's not the way you build this business, because then you're gonna become a motivator, and you have to push them. You're not looking to push people all the time. You want people to come into this, and you want them to listen to you, and you want them to grow. You want your people to outgrow you. You want your people to outwork you, but you have to equip them with the tools and the knowledge necessary to do that, right? Exposure. So first type of person is under the influence, right? Under the influence of you. Second is on the same level of influence, right? Type of influence of you, the same level, right? And then third, it's a type of people that are above influence. So you go down your list, write down which ones they are, and for the above influence people and the people on the same level of influence, these are the type of people, you know, maybe you approach the guy that's above influence and be like, hey, man, you know, I just really respect what you do. You have to compliment them, right? You have to be genuine. Say an honest compliment. You know, I've always respected your decisions, bro. You know, you're a very business-minded person, and I really feel like you're very successful. So I really wanted your opinion on something, right? I want your opinion on something. Look, I'm about to do the biggest thing, and I'm about to go really hard in this business, and I really just want your opinion on it, right? You're coming to them from opinion. You're not coming to them to try to sign them up, right? You just want their opinion. So that's how I would say approach the third, level of influence type of people. It's really simple, man. Really simple. You have to be confident. Like I said earlier, you have to know what you're doing works. You have to have a freaking backbone, right? If you don't have a backbone, you need to get a backbone. You got to find one ASAP. You got to build one. Hit me up. I do the woodworks. I'll build you a backbone. I'll do whatever I can to help you guys succeed. But you have to realize that you need to have, you need to be proud in what you're doing. Hey, is this one of those network marketing things? Yes, it is. I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't, right? You have to literally have that bulletproof mindset. Bulletproof mindset to where anybody says something at you, man, I don't care. You work at Subway, man, I don't care. You work at Jimmy John's. Why am I going to listen to you if you don't have the results that I want in life? Who are you listening to? Who are you listening to? Are you listening to me and David? Or are you listening to your friends? Are you listening to your family? Are you listening to people who don't have the results that you want? Who are you listening to on a day-to-day basis? I'll tell you guys one thing. You know, I've literally had so much time to develop my mindset, develop my skill set, and I still never stop. When I'm working in my wood shop all day, I'm playing personal development, growing and growing, and I'm programming my mind for success. You have to realize that, yo, when we grow up, we're programmed about everything. We're told, no, 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 you can't do this, you can't do that. You need to get back into that 5-year-old mindset where you think you can do anything. The world is your playground, because it actually is. But guess what? We've been programmed a certain way our entire lives, and we stop thinking like that. We stop being creative, right? So just really, you want to get back, you want to find that inner child, you know, and really that's how you're really going to. If you wanted to touch up on anything, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, for sure. So guys, he was talking about personal development. When I first came into the industry, this was the first book that I got. I got it on a CD. I would play it in my car. I would play it in the living room while I was doing three-way calls all day, calling my list. And I would listen to this book, and this book teaches you everything you need to know: how to find your prospects, invite them to your opportunity, how to present it, how to follow up. This is your guideline to network marketing. This is what is going to make you a lot of money, believe it or not. And if you invest into yourself, you will always, always, always come out on top. You will always come out with profits. You always, always can never go wrong investing back in yourself. So this is a book. If you've got SoundCloud, if you've got YouTube, if you've got, you know, if you know a 5-year-old next to you that has YouTube or has an iPhone, they'll show you how to get this book. Just Google it. It's called Go Pro by Eric War. It's the basics. I read this like 13, 14 times in my first 3 days in network marketing. I was a savage with it, right? I wanted to figure out everything I could. And you've got to understand that this is a very, very big industry. There is more people in network marketing than there is in the NFL. There's more people making money in network marketing than there is in the NBA. There's more people in network marketing making money than almost 90% of industries in the world. That means there's a lot of freaking people that do this, and that means that there's a lot of people that have been very successful with it. In fact, it's crazy. 75% of women, females, that make 6 figures, over $100,000 a year, do network marketing, right? That's the crazy thing. That's the real statistics. And when people know the real statistics and the real facts, they can't question anything at all. So I say, hey, do your research, invest in yourself, find books, search online, search YouTube, Tony Robbins, Eric War, search all these guys, Robert Kiyosaki. There's Brian Tracy's one of my favorite. You can search Alex Morton. He's in our company. He's the VP of our company, has made millions and millions and millions of dollars in this industry. And these guys put out content and training and guidelines to life, to winning. This is not a team that just so focuses on money. We understand how to make money. We're going to teach you how to do that as well. But more importantly, we want to teach you how to have a good freaking life. We want to teach you how to be happy, and through that is personal development, guys. So grab a book, go out, research entrepreneurship, you know, learn the skills, take the time. This is not something that it's going to be very, very quick, right? You have to have respect for it. You have to give it time. Ian's been in the industry, a couple of years now. I've been in the industry over a year. We've all had our success. You're going to have your ups, and you're going to have your downs. But if you follow the system and you copy exactly what your mentors are doing and you're reading as much as possible, you'll be successful in no time.
100%, man. David dropping the nuggets. But yeah, man, I mean, it's really, really simple. Even to touch up on what he just said, a lot of people want a 6-figure income, you know, a 7-figure income, but they're not willing to develop a 6-figure mindset, a 7-figure skill set. And I really took a lot of time. As me personally, I took a lot of time to develop my skill set, you know, and develop my mindset before, you know, I really went ham with the business. I had to get to know myself, right? I got to get to know myself first before I go out there, because ultimately people never buy into a business. They buy into you as a person. They trust you as a person, right? So you have to become the type of person that you want to attract into your business. You're not going to attract an ace if you're not going to go out there and be able to sell a dream looking like a nightmare, right? You have to develop yourself and become the person that you want to be in your business. What kind of traits do you want? You want somebody that's loyal, with the work ethic, right? With a sharp mindset. That person, and you're going to attract it. It's really, really, simple. It's real key, right? But along with that, like I talked about earlier, mastering the basics. It is the same thing with Forex. I'm telling you guys right now, the way Forex works, it's the same stuff over and over and over and over again. You have to master the risk management. You have to master your entry technique. You have to master, your trading plan. You have to master all these little simple things. But guess what? In your mindset for Forex, your personal development has to grow so much, and your mindset has to grow so much for you to become successful in the markets. The skill side is easy. I see people that make money with it all day long. But guess what? The reason they lose money is because they don't have it in the mindset. They may have the skill set down. It's the same thing in the industry. I've seen a lot of people make a lot of money in the industry, but what happens? They stop growing and their income starts going down. So never stop growing yourself in this business. And I'm telling you guys, the things that you will learn will teach you so much more than anything else ever could. Coming into something like this is the stuff that they don't teach you in school, right? And this will set you up for success in any business. I literally went from no customers with my woodworks business, and now I have a customer list of about 20, 30 people. I built it all online because of the things that I learned with network marketing, because of the things network marketing taught me. My mentors taught me, the experience taught me, right? So you guys want to build any business, I'm telling you guys right now, you're in the right place. And keep in mind, we're going to come on here and we're going to be real. We're going to drop facts. We are not trying to create marketers. I need you to understand that right now. We are creating a team of savage entrepreneurs, right? That's the ultimate goal. We don't just want to make money in network marketing. We want to create a freaking super alliance and make money in all types of businesses together, whatever it is, whatever it may be, and really empower people to work for themselves. But
facts.
I touch up on a couple more things. Like I said, you have to develop that bulletproof mindset. This is really, really key. Along with the personal development, man, you got to be tough. You can't let anybody break you. You cannot show any sign of weakness in this business. Earlier, when somebody asks you, is it this one? It's one of those things, isn't it? Like, yeah, it is one of those things, and it works really well. You should do your research, right? And you have to kill people. Keep in mind that being new in a business like this, man, people are going to come at you sideways. It is what it is, right? You have to take a step back, and you have to kill them with kindness. You have to be nice to people. And I promise you guys, this is one of the hardest things to do, because sometimes, man, you want to write a paragraph and tell them how wrong they are, but that's not how you do it. I understand, where you're coming from, bro. I used to think the same way, but I wish you success. That's all you got to do, and leave it at that. I guarantee you 2 months, the person will be in your inbox like, hey, bro, what was that one thing you were telling me about? And it's because, now you're seeing success because you followed the steps we showed you. You followed the system. You implemented the system. You found out what you really wanted out of life, not just out of this business, what you really want out of life. And you're doing whatever it freaking takes to get it. And when people see that you're on this path and nothing can stop you, nobody's words can stop you, nobody's actions can stop you, to join you. They're like, man, this dude is so freaking dedicated. I want to be around him. I want to be surrounded by him. I've had people offer to pay me to hang out with me. Mindset. It's absolutely unreal. Unfreaking real. I'm not saying that to brag, but I'm just saying that because it's because of the way that I program myself. I made myself look, because look, I'm so freaking determined. Nothing will get in my way. No one will stop me. And that's the kind of mindset that you really have to develop. But yeah, man, let's go into some leadership nuggets, man. If you want to kick it off, you can go ahead, and then I'm going to come in with some articles and stuff for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. So guys, I think that, most important to touch up on everything tonight, as, we can kind of break it down for you, Will. But I would say that the most important thing is, if you want change, you've got to make a huge change. If you want drastic changes, you've got to make a drastic change. If you want something different, you've got to do something different, right? So change the way you're speaking to people, change the way, change something different, right? Start doing more, do more calls, do more meetings, start saying hello to people, start, do an event, speak out in front of someone, try something new. You've got to learn, got to be growing every single day. That's what to touch up on that. I guess just as far as the leadership comes in, come into this business and forget your upline, forget your sponsor. Let them go. Put that in the past. That's like chapter 2 or 3 of this book, to be honest with you guys, is saying, hey, forget that person that enrolled you, and you've got to focus. This is you and you. You've got to make this happen no matter what, because if it doesn't work, it's not your sponsor's fault. It's not the company's fault. It's not Ian's fault. It's not your best friend's fault, right? It's you. And that's what you got to realize immediately. So take full ownership of this business, put a real plan of action together, study, focus on helping a lot of people, and let's turn our goals into our reality, because this thing is very, very, very real, right? It's very real. And you're going to see how real it is in the next 3 to 6 months. You're going to see how very real it's going to get. And you're only going to be on a few sides. You're going to be like, damn, what happened? I was a part of that, but I quit. Or you're going to be like, damn, this really happened. Like, this is insane. This is crazy. You'd be like, dang, I wish I would have put in the work. I wish I would have worked harder. I wish I would have stayed up an hour more, just to do these calls. I wish I would have just listened to that book while I was falling asleep. I wish I would have just did a meeting. I wish I would have done just a little bit more. We can't have that, because if there is a moment in time during your day, you need to focus it towards your business and focus it towards what's going to ultimately get you the life that you want. So that's what I wanted to end it off with tonight. I know Ian's got a couple more things he wants to drop for y'all. We've been going for about 30 minutes. I appreciate all of y'all on this. I know y'all are probably like, dang, these guys speak way too fast for me to take any kind of notes down. But I know there's a lot of hustlers and grinders on here tonight, so that's what we do it for. We do it for that one person that's on here that pretty much just says, hey, I want to learn this. Throw me everything that you have. So, Ian, anything else before we wrap this up?
100%, man. David just spoke the absolute truth on that, man. The truth. You have to take advantage of an opportunity in the lifetime of an opportunity. There's been so many times where I've sat back and I've waited for something great to happen, and you can't do that. You have to realize that right now, we don't even have the website launch. We don't even have the system in play. You need to understand that where we are going to be in the next 30, 60, 90 days will absolutely blow your freaking mind. I promise you. And we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to let the numbers do the talking, right? Numbers don't lie. And you're going to want to take advantage of every single second you have right now, part of this thing, especially with how early we are part of this thing. This business is all about timing, right? So really quick, I just wanted to touch up on, we all have 24 hours in a day, just like David said. Whether you're Oprah, whether you're Austin Godsey, David Morris, whether you're Alex Morton, Tim Rohn, whoever you are, you have 24 hours in the day. Time is how your bank account's going to look. How you spend that time is how your bank account is going to look. And overnight, right? One of the biggest things you're going to learn along this journey is being patient. Okay, you want to be really, really patient, with the way things are, I guess, per se, being built. You want to be patient, with hitting that rank. But when it comes to execution, you want to be fast, man. You want to be so fast. You want to make it happen quick, long term, right? You got to be patient to be Chairman 10 tomorrow. You got to be patient. It's not going to happen in 24 hours, but I guarantee you, if you're fast with that execution, you keep going, you're focused, and you're determined, it's going to happen. It's going to happen 100%. So another thing, don't be afraid to fail. A lot of people are terrified of failure. Failure is the number one factor in your success. You have to fail as fast as possible in this business. I'm telling you guys this right now, because when I first came in, I was afraid to fail. But the best way you learn is by doing as much as possible. Most of you guys aren't going to listen to what we said at the beginning. Most of you guys aren't going to use leverage and use your uplines. And you know what? That's fine. Out there and reinvent the wheel and do it the hard way. That's fine. You fail as fast as possible, but don't give up. Don't give up, because I guarantee you, you're one failure away from success. There's been so many times where I've wanted to give up in this business, but that's when I look back and I think about my why. I think about why I'm doing this. Am I really going to give up on my mom? No. I'd give up on a Bugatti. I'd give up on a Ferrari. I'd give up on a fancy house. I'd give up on a bunch of money. I'd give up on all of that stuff, but I would never on the woman who brought me into this world and took care of me my first 18 years of living. I would never do that, right? So don't be afraid to fail, man. Fail as fast as physically possible. Pardon my French, but fail your ass off. You got to fail your way to the top with this one. I'm being super real. It's going to take, a lot of failure for you to get where you want to go. You just can't give up, right? Bulletproof mindset. I failed. I learned. I'm moving on. Failures, look at them as experiences. And guess what? Experiences are your best mentor. Experiences are your best lessons, right? Another thing, man, you're going to have to give up to go up. And I'm going to end it off here in a second, but you have to give up to go up, right? It's just like if you're in a trade and you're negative $2,000 on a $4,000 account, you better cut that loss. Cut that loss. Sometimes you got to cut the losses. Sometimes you got to realize that, you know what, this guy I'm hanging around, he's not doing the best for me. I'm hanging around, they're not really doing the best for me. They're not going where I want to go. So you got to change, right? I couldn't change my friends around me, so I changed my friends around me. I surrounded myself with a different crowd. I started doing different things. Be afraid to cut your losses. Don't be afraid to give things up. And sometimes it's hard. It's hard to do that sometimes. It's hard to give up. It's hard to let things go. But if you know that you can do better without it, then you better do it. Because guess what? I'm going to be real. In the future, you could always come back to it. But if you do not give up what you love doing right now, what you love doing will be what you have to give up. That makes sense? I'm going to repeat that one more time. If you don't sacrifice what you love doing right now at this moment, become the sacrifice. That's one of the realest things I've ever heard, right? With that being said, man, I have a couple articles I want you guys to look up. The number one key thing that you're going to have to learn to succeed in this business is leadership. Stepping up and becoming the leader, right? Not telling people what to do, showing them how to do it, right? And two people I really want you guys to look up. First off, Darren Hardy. Darren Hardy is incredible with leadership. Look up his video on YouTube, free, right? 21st Century Leadership by Darren Hardy. Listen to it over and over and over and over again. It's incredible audio. Second, John C. Maxwell. This guy is the leader of all leaders. He has like 30 published books on leadership. And one law that he talks about, I'm going to touch up on this really quick, and I'm going to pass it off back to David, then we're going to end it. But John C. Maxwell talks about the law of the lid. Okay? The law of the lid. So, right? See this cup, how it has a lid on it? If I were to put a flea in this cup right here, right? Could only jump and lid, and once he started hitting the lid, then it's now programmed in his mind that he can't go over this cup. So if I were to take the lid off after having the flea in there for 3 or 4 days, no matter what, the flea will not jump out of this cup because his mind is already working like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. So the law of the lid is about always expanding your mind. To become a really, really good leader, you need to take off the lid. You need to have continuous growth, right? It's a really, really simple concept. It goes deep, man. It goes really deep, right? Because most of us we all have lids. Have places that we think we can't go, mentally, physically. And guess what? It's all in the mind. If I would have taken that cap, that lid off a day earlier, the flea would be fine. He'd jump right out of it. But just because he developed that pattern and that habit, sometimes you got to go deeper into things. If you don't like the way you're reacting to something or you're responding to something, right? There's two things. There's a reaction and then there's responding. You want to respond to things, not react. Because sometimes we may react off of emotion. Sometimes we may react the wrong way. if you're doing something, a pattern, say that you don't like your attitude, or you snap at somebody or something, you need to go back into your past and find out where that started happening. You got to go deep, man. I'm telling you right now, this Forex, this network marketing, this life is a lot deeper than anybody could ever imagine. You got to go deep back into the past. You got to figure out what you're doing, and you got to break it and create something new. Doing it, just stop doing it. Catch yourself doing it and create something new. This is the way that you're literally going to program yourself for success. I'm going to show you guys we've all been programmed from the day we're freaking born. I'm going to show you guys how to unprogram yourself and program yourself again for success. Journey, but I guarantee you guys, you'll be able to succeed in whatever you want to succeed with. Once this is done. So, David, with that being said, bro, really appreciate you hopping on this call with me, man. I hope everybody gained tons of value. I hope everybody gained tons of notes. Is there anything else that you wanted to personally close off with?
Nope, that's perfectly. Yeah, I think that was a perfect ending, guys. We all know what we need to do, right? We all know what we need to do. Let's just get it done. Let's just execute. Let's make it happen. And let's get to work. I'm excited.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yo, appreciate you, bro. You guys hit me up if you have any more questions. Let's get it, man. I want to personally mentor everybody. I want to make sure everybody's on that next level mindset, man. Like I said, we're creating a freaking lions, bro. Lions, right? So let's get it.
If you're on tonight's call, go post your notes from the chat. I want to see y'all's notes, so go post it in the chats. All right, sounds good.
Let's get it. All right, bro.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Peace.